All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about Terence Crawford going off on boxing fans and telling them, keep it boxing or else. And man, I can't help but speculate whose fans he's talking about. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about the welterweight division. Little bit of fun conversation, man, because I'm really feeling Terence Crawford and what Terence Crawford had to say on a recent tweet about boxing fans. But before I get into that, though, let me first say thank you so much to everybody that continues to support the channel. If you're not subscribed, please accept my invitation to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And also make sure that you hit that all notifications so that you can get them all. All right, so here we go. Terence Crawford took to Twitter today and basically said, look, some of you boxing fans out there need to realize that boxers are human beings. And, you know, just because you see us on TV doesn't mean that we're not human. And we would be real wrong if we stepped up to you and took it to you. We'd be the bad guys, right? So obviously Terence Crawford, he put smiley faces and laughing behind this, but I have a suspicion, man, that Terence Crawford feels exactly that way. Errol Spence Jr. also has said something recently to the same, pretty much along the same lines, where he tweeted out something where he's talking about it's amazing listening to all of these people, grown men sitting around hating on people, talking bad about them, right? And, you know, never anything about what they're doing good, what they're doing well, just always some bad stuff about them, right? So both of these guys have, in the last couple of weeks, have expressed their frustration about the treatment that they are getting out there in the boxing world for one reason or another. Now, I pay very, very close attention to boxing, as you guys know, and pretty much anybody else who's coming by the channel listening. You guys know that we watching, we read all of Terence Crawford's tweets, all of Errol Spence Jr.'s tweets, right? In the comment sections of different videos, right? And we know that boxers have ears. They listen to the YouTube channels. They see what's going on in Twitter through social media. Pretty much, man, unless they are totally boxed off somewhere off in the world, you can hear the irritation in their voices. You can hear it in Canelo Alverez's voice. You can hear it from time to time with Deontay Wilder's voice, and the fact and why Deontay Wilder would really support certain channels who really did represent him well. So I feel for Terence Crawford in this regard, because I'm going to tell you, man, I've been critical of Terence Crawford in the past about certain things that he said related to whether or not he would fight Sean Porter before that fight took place, or what he says about an Errol Spence Jr. fight and whether or not he really needs the fight for legacy and all of that stuff. But when people take it outside the ring and start talking about things related to, you know, and I'm just out here, right, talking about, you know, calling him out of his name, talking bad about his wife, right? And I've literally seen people talk really bad about the man's wife, about the man's kids. You know, I can understand what he's talking about. And really, it was my take is if you say something like that to Terence Crawford and he's around you and he slaps the taste out your mouth, my personal opinion is that you deserve to get the taste slapped out your mouth for talking crazy about that dude. Because people on YouTube and people on Twitter, I haven't seen it as much on Instagram, because most of the comments that I see really on Instagram are a lot more respectful than you'll see on Twitter, or where you'll see on in the comment sections of YouTube videos. But man, I feel for the dude. And honestly, man, I really do wish that people would listen to that and just keep it boxing, man. Like, for example, I don't like who Canelo Alverez is fighting. That's just my opinion. Canelo Alverez is obviously in control of his own career. All I am is a boxing fan expressing my opinion about what's going on in the fights that I want to see, right? However, in the comment sections of videos, you'll get called everything but a child of God for criticizing him. And I can imagine what people would do or actually say about Canelo Alverez to him, where he could catch wind of it, right? I don't think anybody in the social media era is really, really totally insulated from that type of drama. And it's the type of stuff that really, man, it shouldn't be what boxing is about, man. boxing, in my opinion, it really, just like Terence Crawford says, is just keep it boxing. You know, if I, you know, particularly like, unless it's something is really like over the top, like where Sergey Kovalev was calling people monkeys and wearing that stuff on t-shirts and stuff. You know, people want to get upset with him about doing that. That, when it kind of steps over those bounds, I can understand it. But nothing related to whether or not a guy is going to fight somebody that you want to see him fight. Or if you don't think he can beat somebody, or you think he's ducking, or this or that and the other thing. You know, man, it should really never, ever go there. And it shouldn't go there for Terence Crawford. It shouldn't go there for Errol Spence Jr. It shouldn't go there for Canelo Alvarez. Like, I couldn't imagine what some of these guys' mentalities are to talk so bad about Canelo Alvarez, like about him personally, right? And about his family, and about, you know, what kind of heart the man has. See, the dude made a business decision that I don't agree with. And that is about as far as I'm going to take it. I don't think that he is interested in necessarily fighting the best. I think he's interested in fighting the one-dimensional fighters, two-dimensional fighters. I don't think he is, in the words of a friend of mine, I don't think he's interested in fighting, you know, a triple threat, somebody that can move, somebody that can slug, right? Somebody that can box, somebody that can slug, somebody with one-punch knockout power, or somebody with defense. I don't think he's interested in fighting a guy where he has to react to the guy reacting to him reacting, right? That type of stuff. But it should never get to the point where you're talking about the man's daughters, or right, or you're talking about like some of the things I hear said about Canelo. And the reason I bring up Canelo is because that's, you know, the conversations that I've been having most recently. Errol Spence Jr. and has had people, but now this is a little bit of maybe a little bit of hypocrisy, but actually not, because it's Terence Crawford. It's Bomac, not Terence Crawford. Where Bomac, you know, literally jumped out there and said, hey, you know, a drunk ain't ish, right? To Terence Crawford, to Errol Spence Jr. That's just way over the line, man. You know, if somebody starts doing that stuff, it's just over the top. So, you know, I feel for what Terence Crawford is saying. Personally, on my YouTube channel, I feel the same thing. You know, every other day, somebody's sending me a video that somebody makes, you know, taking a copy of my video and putting it up on their channel so that they can ridicule and call me everything but a nice person, right? You're this, you're that, you're the other thing, man. But, you know, on the other side of it, you know, Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, who've both now complained about that out in the open, you know, man, you just got to have kind of tough skin about it, man, or stop reading your comments and pull yourself off of social media, because more than likely that type of attacks and stuff is not going to stop anytime soon. And you hear it, and I have a live stream that I do every morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, and there's people on both sides of the fence on both issues. And every once in a while, somebody will say something about the guy's personality, say something about, you know, and I don't like to even mention the things that people say, because it's just, it gets to the point where it's like, man, come on, this is a sport. This is something, even if you disagree with somebody, it's supposed to be fun. But like I said in the Errol Spence Jr. video about this, when Errol Spence Jr. complained about it, you know, it's just a lot of people that just really are really motivated to try to make people sound miserable. I certainly hope Terence Crawford doesn't take it too far and wind up smacking somebody in the mouth if he sees him. I saw Terence Crawford personally. He's a little guy compared to me, but I thought to myself, man, I'm really glad that I never insult this dude, never insult this guy as a person, never insult his camp as a person, right? Just talk about what you want to see in the boxing ring and leave it at that. But anyway, man, feelings go out to Terence Crawford, man, and he's right, man. If this dude jumps up and smacks one of y'all in the mouth for talking too crazy, hey, pick up your teeth. Pick up your teeth and keep stepping, because you deserved it. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.